Hello, mappers. Welcome to this exciting video. Well, more exciting than the other videos, but yeah, we get to make mini maps today. Heck yeah. So previously speaking, we added a bunch of fun stuff here to our map. Some copies of buildings, we added some zones and all that good stuff. But the question on everybody's minds is always the same one, at least it was for me. But how do I make my map appear on the game map and the mini map and all that stuff? And the answer is, well, in-game map. I just realized that my display settings are set wrong, and so none of that was legible. So let me go ahead and change that, and we'll start this video over. We're not starting this video over. All right, cool. Anyways, it's going to be the in-game map. Ta-ta-da! That's how we're going to go ahead and make everything. But it's not just the in-game map, it's also dealing with our building editor. I kind of feel a little bad. Whoa, what happened there? Looks like my I didn't hit OK. Yes, keep these changes. Anyways, I feel a little bad because if you made, let's say, like 17 buildings, you're going to have some working to do, and I'm going to have some explaining to do. So let's get started. How do we make an in-game map? There's this section inside of the world editor called in-game map. Haha. To be completely honest, the very first 3 steps are extremely easy. First, we generate building features, then we generate tree features, and then we generate water features. And then finally, using these tools over here, similar to these tools over here, we're going to create in-game map rectangles and in-game map polygons. Then we can also use the in-game edit features to basically adjust things. We basically want to go ahead and create little squares around all of our roads, give it some names, and presto, it's done. Well, we do have to write to the XML. So step 1 is going to be generate building features. Now, what you'll notice if I select this is that nothing is going to happen, or rather, buildings are going to be set, but not in the best way. I'm going to generate these features. You notice all of my houses now have a fancy little icon. It says polygon, building equals yes. Boom. That's effectively as how fast we can get this going. But we don't want this to say building yes. We want this to know that these are residential buildings. That's how you get all the fancy colors for the different buildings, right? If it's residential, if it's commercial, if it's, hotel, whatever. So how do we get to do that? That is going to be done in the tile editor. More specifically, it's going to be done in the building editor. So let's get open the building editor, and we're going to stay here on this welcome page. In the welcome page, we want to find all of your buildings. The good news, assuming you followed the way that I organize my files, is we're going to all just have to go to our Stripesville world editor, TMX, and our TBX. I'm going to go ahead and rename that right now before I start making more changes. As I said, I needed to rename that anyways. So let's see. So sorry for this interruption to our video. Let's see, TMX, TBX, and this is going to be 6 and something else. I don't remember what it was. Let's see, world editor, tell me, 628. Rename, that's going to be 6, comma, 28. Great, that's just a cell number, so that way I know that the cell is correct. So in here we have this building 1. So let's go ahead and mess with that inside of our maps. We're going to go into Stripesville, TMX, TBX. This is the correct one, and here's our building TBX. Now, the thing that I want us to look at is the, this is the world editor. Save. We're going to go to the building editor. So 628, and here's building.tbx. This legend is the only thing that stops us from the colors. If we do this drop down, you're going to notice that we have all of the different colors or the different building types that are in our map. So you simply have to go through each one of your buildings and change the legend to be exactly one of these things. In this case, it's residential. Now, the good news is because I just had one building that I copied 4 times, by simply selecting residential, it is set. That being said, when you select something, it gets automatically saved. I don't have to hit Control Save or anything else. the residential will just remain on there. So that means that when you go through a residential building, a commercial building, what are the other ones? Industrial, hospitality, community service. The moment you select it, boom, it's set. Once you do that for all of your buildings, then we can go back to InGameMap and generate building features. Map file can't be found. That's because what has happened here, and I'm glad that I did it, I suppose, because I renamed this folder over here, 00, these buildings here are based off of that one, so basically all of these buildings say that they no longer exist. So what do? I'm going to go ahead and redrag this from 628. I'm going to go ahead and remove the, not rich. I need to make sure that I remove these lots. Let's see. If I do this, this drags the building. Oh, I crashed the game by trying to move it. Wonderful. Sometimes that happens. That's why it's good to save all the time. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to open Stripesville. Then I'm going to have to select these buildings. Now, because these houses are empty because the building is no longer found. So I need to make sure that I can select. Oh, dear. Yes. Okay. So instead of trying to drag and move these buildings, making sure that this is selected here as opposed to the object mover, this is the lots. These are considered lots. Right click and remove the lot. There. Now I'm going to select this building, which is the correct one with the correct folder names, and I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it into that location where it used to be. This one, same here, remove lot, drag and drop. Same here, remove lot, drag and drop. And same here, remove lot, drag and drop. Perfection. Control save. Great. Back to where we were. InGameMap, generate building features. So now, inside of the in-game map, you'll see that says building equals residential. So that means that these buildings are now considered residential buildings. Easy as pie, piece of cake. So the next step is generate tree features. This is effectively going to scan your map and find wherever there are trees and tree type areas, and it's going to go ahead and make areas that look like that. So even though this is a residential building, it's going to surround it with all these tree features. Now, if you don't like how these are organized, if you want to make them smaller, bigger, etc., or cover different areas, simply select the Edit in-game map here, and then you can go ahead and select the polygons that you would like to change. For example, if I just don't want this to include this house, I can grab these little circles here, and I'm going to go ahead and move it around the house. Now, if I do want it to move over, I can click anywhere on this line. You see how it gets red, and that will create a new little area where I can go ahead and move and maneuver this line, basically to create little anchor points where I can go ahead and move things around. Now, because there are two houses next to each other there, I'm actually just going to go ahead and move this over here, and that's going to be considered my little forest area. Now, here is the thing. I keep hitting Control Save, but I want to let you know right away, in-game map points do not get saved. They do not get saved when you hit Control Save. So if you start working on your map, you're going to have to start over every single time if the map gets crashes or closes or anything like that. Be aware. So how do we save this? You go to in-game map and you do write features XML. By doing the write features XML, that's going to write all of these little zones into XML documents. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and generate water features. It's going to find all of our water areas, and it's going to create little zones for the water areas. So that way the minimap shows, hey, there's water here. Again, this will just happen automatically. I think that I just have a large water zone. Boom, there it is. All the large and tiny water zones. If you want to make this all very more specific or whatever, again, select the edit button. Simply zoom into the area you want to edit, and then go ahead and change the polygon so that you can edit in whatever way that you want. This usually takes a lot of time and effort. So I'm not going to do this right now, but you can make this look really neat, really nice. It just takes, like I mentioned, time and effort. The very, very final thing, or at least the final thing that I like doing, is to just create in-game map rectangles, or of course, these in-game map polygons. The last thing is now we want to detail our roads, which is, of course, usually the most important part that we want. Let me move this out of the way of this road. This is a little forest that shouldn't be here. And the same with this over here. No forest there, no forest here. I'm going to go ahead and create some squares, and therefore I'm going to go ahead and just use my roller in my mouse to roll this over all the way to the edge of the map. There we go. So now we've created a polygon. This is where now we need to actually give it some definitions. For roads, there are 4 different types of roads. They're going to be primary, secondary, tertiary, or trail. That being said, they all have to have the key type highway. So how do we add these key types? When you select the polygon, you hit Add button right down here. This then opens up this map. The key is going to be the type of polygon you want it to be. In this case, it must be a highway, all lowercase. Then the value is going to be whether you wanted a primary, secondary, tertiary road, or a trail. The trail can be served for dirt roads. They look slightly different. I usually add primary to most roads, especially those that connect to vanilla. Secondary and tertiary, I have not seen too much of a difference. If you do know what the difference is by writing those, please drop it in the comments. Educate me. The last thing is the trail. That's my favorite type of road. That's the one that you put on dirt roads, and it looks really fun, like a little dirt road on the minimap or on the in-game map. So those are going to be the ones that I mainly use, is primary and trail. But I also throw in secondary and tertiary just in case. That being said, highway primary, I hit OK. Now, a second reason why these in-game maps rectangles are extremely... Nope, ignore what I was about to say. Great. So this is effectively how we can create these in-game map so that it appears inside of our minimap. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Now here's the cool thing. Now that I've done highway primary, these are actually copy-paste buttons that the devs have given us. I can simply hit copy, go to this polygon, and paste. Boom, that is now a highway primary, and I do not need to add that again. Now, I don't believe that there is copy-pasting here, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I get the right corner. And using, again, the mouse's scroll wheel. I know this looks horrendous, but this is just the quickest way for me to do it. You can also zoom all the way out. And if you aim it correctly, right, you can go ahead and get that little polygon going. Now, if you're not sure if you aimed it correctly, you can always go over here, hit the edit button, select the polygon, and then make the changes that you need to make. You can also go to the view, show minimap, and then that can help you also get around to make sure that you move things around correctly. That's going to be a primary highway, and that should be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably haven't done this one here. I'm going to zoom all the way out, select my square. All right, let's zoom in. Looks like I missed an edge there. Okay, go over here. And I missed an edge over here. Okay, great. Now with that being said, polygon, paste, that's a highway primary. Now with these all selected, I have my roads, I have my waters, I have my forest, and my buildings. Now I can effectively write features to XML. This is going to create a worldmap.xml file. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm in the correct folder. I'm going to go to my Stripesville World Editor, and in this top view, that's where you can save it. Now, me personally, this is just because, I don't know, I'm weird. I actually like to create a world map folder, and that's where I save it. If you save it at the top level, that works as well. The only thing that I've noticed is sometimes the overwrite features for This world map, I've had finicky experience with it, and so I actually like making a bunch of backups, which is why it has its own folder. However, if you save your world map, not here, if you save your world map right here on this top level where you have your object spawn points and your world PZW, that is perfectly okay and acceptable, and it might be easier when you drag objects, spawn points, and your world map to copy it go onto Steam. But once you have this XML, see it creates these two files. Once you have this XML created, that's it. That's your world map. Anytime that you close this, you can go ahead and read features for XML. Like if your in-game map is empty and you want to go ahead and add things, you do have to read features to your XML, and you select your world map XML file, right? Not the bin file, but the XML. And then once you open that up, you'll notice that your map will be there. You can add things and you go back right to it, etc. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you load this up, in order to get into Steam, we're going to do our standard. Oh God, that was so many things I did really quickly. Once you get into Steam, you want to get your two files, right? This is the stripes build where we put our lot header and chunk data. I simply grab my world map. I drag both files into there. Actually, I don't need both files. I actually just need the XML. And let me just double check that real quick. Let me see. Let me go to a working mod that I have. And then I go all the way in. Doop doop in the maps. No, I have both of them in there. So I was right the first time. So I go ahead and copy both of these. Let me go ahead and copy and paste. I'm going to replace the one. But yeah, both of these are in there with the chunk data, the objects, the spawn points, and of course the map and the thumb. That is now going to have the world map automatically appear in your game. And to ensure that that's the case, especially because the world map is a little finicky, we should immediately test. Yeah. Please feel free to move forward, skip to the next video. If you want to have me check a look at the test, maybe I come up with some errors, feel free to stick around. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. And if you're sticking around for the test, we'll see you still here. Alrighty, here we go. Build 41. We're going to go ahead and go into our workshop, create and update items. Here's Stripesville. Next. Update Steam Workshop. This, of course, update is going to add the map XML that we just added. We're going to host. Now I want to delete my world, and we're going to start over. This is going to go through the initialization and everything else. And, of course, at the end, we're going to be able to see the map inside of the minimap. So that's pretty exciting. By the way, if you want to see a write-up of all of this, as I keep literally telling everybody, I'm just getting this information from the Indie Stone, right? This map zones. This is where we get to. It basically linked me to this update, which takes me here. How to update your map mod to work with the in-game map system. This is, of course, the legend. This is what we're talking about. You go through each building, you select the legend, and then after that, you go ahead and write that. This is where you get primary, secondary, tertiary, or trail, that they have to be named highway, and we can use the copy paste buttons next to the add here. Yeah, once you're done with that, you write to XML features, and this is how the minimap should appear once you get that going. Gosh, why is this not lined up? Okay, I'm going to walk away before I keep trash talking Bedford Falls. Meow, meow, meow. All right, so let's go ahead and update that. Once that's updated, the world should now run through. And once we're able to go ahead and go into Stripesville, I really got to change that. We'll be able to, I'm not going to. I'm going to, because it's not worth the effort. This is a demo. Once we get to click to start, we'll be able to check the map. Of course, as long as we don't get killed by zombies. Oh, yeah. First, we gotta run away from the zombies, right? That's the trial. By the way, the reason all these zombies keep appearing here is because I clearly must have made this a hot zone, even though it's like a path of some sort. a road. But again, reasons why you want to make sure that wherever you put your spawn points, you want to make sure you go back and you remove the heat zones from that area so that you just don't spawn and have like a bunch of zombies try to murder you. All right, set access level for me, Raxneg, as admin. Great, now I'm invincible and invisible. Let's go ahead and open up the map, and voila! There is our map mod. Yep, there's all our water. There's our 4 buildings. Here are all our roads. Beautiful. And for some reason the minimap's not there, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. With that test going successfully, we're ready to get out of here and move on to the next section, which I think we're done. I think it's just uploading to the Steam Workshop, which we did in that one video that took me an hour and a half. So, hey, congratulations. We've just created an entire map mod. Hey. So what are going to be the next videos that I'm going to make? The next video is going to be how to create a map item so that you have a map item that people can find inside of magazine stalls. And then when they read it, your map gets revealed to them. We'll go ahead and do that in another video. I'm literally not going to do that anytime soon, so please don't hold your breath. And one other idea was something else. If you have any ideas for anything in terms of map mods, oh yeah, how to make your map bigger, how to make oddly shaped maps, you know, like if you have a 4 square because you're forced to that, but you only want to use 3 out of those 4 squares. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. If you have any other ideas and things that you want to know about map mods, even if I don't happen to know them, hey, drop them in the comments below. Let me know, and I'd be happy to do research in order to find out how to help you out and figuring that out. All right, with that being said, hopefully I'll see you all in the official Project Zomboid Discord under the mapping section. Or if you want to join, you know, my group's Discord channel, I think we're in like Kentucky's Final Day or something like that. We'll play there. All right. Have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.